Hey, what's going on, guys? Sorry, it has been a long time since I've made a video. I also apologize, I'm on my phone, so if you see me like looking away from the camera and stuff, I'm looking at the screen. My camera was dead for some reason. It's just been chilling in a bag. I don't know why it's dead. But I've got new mods today, and it is on my TDI Golf. So let me just show you what we got. So I got a catback exhaust. This is from Banks. I believe they don't even make it anymore. I picked this up used. A guy said he had it brand new in the box, which I believe it because pipes look fairly decent shape. I think it's just been sitting for a long time, but all the paperwork was there along with all the hardware is still in the bag, and the bag is like unopened. So which is great. But look at that nice new shiny tip. But so what I originally was just going to buy like a Rawtech, just the full turbo back system and everything. But I came across this used online, and I like this tip versus the duals like this. I like the big tip. I don't know. I just think it looks a little meaner and cooler. But yeah, we are going to be installing this here on my Golf shortly. I'm here in the garage, and ignore the mess of everything around. My dad just got a new project car there, the 71 Chevelle. So there's kind of just stuff everywhere. If you can see up there, there's all kinds of parts. But yeah, we're going to lift this thing up. I do have a lift here, so it's going to make this so much easier. We're going to lift this up, and I'm going to spray down all the bolts and everything with PB Blaster, so hopefully it will help this installation go a little smoother. All right, so we got her up on the lift. I think I'm just going to take a stool and just kind of roll around underneath here. Probably move this cardboard, but we're going to spray these bolts. I'm not sure if it all comes off in one piece or not, but we'll get there and figure it out here in a second. This exhaust, for some reason, I was thinking bolted in here, and then replaced from right here, which took out this cat right here, and then all the way back. But I was wrong, and it goes from right here back. So I've been working for a little bit, and as you can see, it is fairly crusty and rusted. So I've been working trying to get this off. I've got this bolt loose, but as you can see, my socket is on there. I've been sitting here trying to hit it. I'm about to grab a hammer and see if I can get it. These clamps are just in the most like awkward spot. If the bolts were pointing downwards, it wouldn't be that bad. If like the nut was on the bottom, it wouldn't be that bad, because then I could just get an impact on it and just zip it out real quick. But with it being on top, I can't get an impact in between the floor there and the exhaust. So it's a lot of fun. But so far I've gotten this clamp loose, this first one. I need to get my socket off, because I tried to use like a, what do you call it, like the star point socket or whatever you call it, instead of like the hex head. And the hex head was the only thing that would like fit on it and not round it out. And this is pretty much the only one I have. So I'm going to have to get it off and work with that. So yeah, we're getting there. I think that's the only two like bolts that I actually have to take off. The rest is just exhaust hangers. So like here, and then I think there's one on each side of the muffler there. But we'll get there eventually. It's almost 9 o'clock at night now, but I just started like maybe an hour ago. So this is loose. We'll have to get the socket off in order to get the other one. So here we go. Use my finessing tool right there. Both are loose. Can't really tell, honestly. But both are loose. They were a pain in the butt. But let me show you how exactly I did. Let me find my socket that I, finessed off of there real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with like one hand. This is really hard. So here's how I did it. So I put my ratchet on like this, right? And I stuck my arm up through this way and kind of pried it like this off of the so I could use like my wrist, and that made it so much easier. It gave me some leverage and stuff like that to pull it with my wrist like this up against that pipe instead of you just trying to brute force it out of there. So that's how I did it. But I'm not too sure how I'm gonna get those out because the clamps they don't really move. So I think I'm just going to work on getting these hangers loose on everything and hopefully see if it just kind of slides out. I don't know because I don't have a torch. My plan was maybe I could just heat this section up, get it to expand some and just pull it out. But I don't have a torch, so we will see what I can do with that. Right now, I think I'm just going to get the hangers loose and hopefully see if I can just, shove it towards the rear end of the car and hopefully it comes out. Alrighty, we're here at the rear of the vehicle. So I just wanted to show this kind of an easy trick. This is a very weird exhaust hanger, and if you see how thick that is, trying to get that off, like prying it off, would be a pain in the butt. So really there's two bolts, one that goes here and here. You can see those two that just bolt straight up there to the top. You can see where they're mount. Just take those out. I mean, that's so much easier, and the whole thing will drop like this, as you can see. So that's going to be a little trick for that. I would reckon you're definitely going to have to put this bolt in because that holds up this heat shield. I'm probably just going to stick that other one back in there just so, I mean, if I ever go to take this off or anything, because you're not going to be using that side at all. Like, this hanger has no purpose anymore because your exhaust is going to come, this way through the middle and then to the exit here. And the other thing I was going to say, let me roll myself in my light back here. So kudos to Volkswagen on these exhaust hangers. So you see this little like tab thing right here. So the way these work, all you have to do is just kind of pull it like towards like the end of the hanger. If you just pull that top, it will literally just pop right off. I sprayed some PB Blaster on there to kind of lube it up, and you literally just pull it. I haven't done this one back here yet because I think I'm going to try to see if I can get that loose before I do that, because if not, this whole thing's going to drop on me, and I'm the only person out here. So I'm assuming this assembly can't be that heavy, but you never know. So I think I'm going to see if I can work on trying to get that loose, but we'll see. Hanger's undone. I showed you the trick with that one. This one, you just kind of have to yank and pull. I showed you the trick with that hanger. Sorry, I'm like out of breath, but so that one, it looks like it's just going to kind of slip out. So I put a bolt back in here. So put a bolt back in here so that I could have some leverage to take this hanger out. But right now it's just kind of freestanding. I got these, we use these to put like on the ends of cars when we have it on the lift so that, they won't like flip off or anything like that. But I'm just kind of holding it up there. I got to undo this one bolt that I put back up in there, and then this thing's ready to come out, and this is going to be a task because I'm by myself. I'm already like out of breath. It's sad, but I'm going to do this one bolt. I'm hoping this thing doesn't just fall off. I'm hoping these little stands will help kind of keep it there until I can, get fully underneath it and remove it all. But let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So she's out. Like I said, I'm freaking out of breath. But it actually wasn't too difficult. Once I got those undone, the last time, I think the last exhaust I did on my Altima, there is videos of that. I'm pretty sure the last time the hangers were such a pain in the butt to get off. These were like fairly simple, were fairly easy to get off. So essentially what this is just a muffler delete. So I'm fully expecting it not to really change the sound that much, because you still have DPF filter, resonator, cat, two cats actually up there. So that probably chokes it a good bit. That will eventually be going. So yeah, I got a killer deal from this off of Marketplace. So I was like, you know, it's a good deal. I need to get it. Plus, I've heard some deleted golfs with this exhaust on it, and it sounds freaking top notch. Even though this is literally just a straight pipe. But yeah, when I do the deletes, I think I may keep the secondary cat, just to kind of tone it down a little bit. I know it probably won't do much, but I don't like it when it's like stupid loud. I just like a good sound. So yeah, we're gonna see. I'm gonna go through the instructions here and see what all needs to go. I know there's something mounts to here maybe, or something like that. There's something that mounts in the middle. But yeah, that bushing is is that a bushing? I don't really know, but it's kind of toast. But anyway, that's besides the point. We're going to get this thing on here and get it all figured out, and I'll show you some steps that I'm doing. All right, guys, so starting to get kind of frustrated. So I've got one clamp off. That clamp, I don't know if it's even going to matter if I take it off or not. So I'm just going to kind of leave it on. But we have this hanger that they give you with the kit. You install like on the axle. Face the hanger towards the passenger side, and it goes onto the front of the vehicle. So exactly like that. Got that all mounted. So now I need to slip this pipe either over or in this one, but the way this is all angled in the gas tank right here is I can't get enough like angle or anything to even attempt to get this in. So we're gonna have to try to figure this out. I don't know. This is getting frustrating. But yeah, so we're gonna figure it out, and then I'll tell you kind of the secret if I end up figuring it out. But right now it's looking very difficult. I'm extremely frustrated, and I literally cannot get it on. So I got that clamp off and everything. It's somewhere around here, but I got it off and everything. But like that end of the bank system is supposed to go on here. I've been at this for like 6 hours. It's supposed to go on here, and then of course you tighten the clamp and everything. Well, I have like tried to bend, and I've heated that thing up. As you can see, the heat gun right there. I have done everything I can to try to get it slipped over this to where there's no gaps, so I won't have any leaks or anything. I beat the crap out of it with a hammer. I've hit it like here, trying to just shove it on, and I cannot get it to slide on without any gaps or anything. So that's probably the end of this journey with me trying to install it, because I literally can't, which freaking sucks. But I wish companies would. I mean, I'm sure they're probably doing it because that's how the factory ones are, the little like slip-on clamp things. But when I did my Ultima exhaust, it was literally nuts and bolts. Like, you line the holes up, put a bolt through it, put a nut on the backside, and that was it. Like, super easy. Didn't take me that long to do and everything. But this is the freaking, you slip a pipe over the other, but yet the pipes are the exact same size, so like they don't fit into each other, if that makes sense. Like, I'm super frustrated because I literally can't get it to slide on or anything. So I guess what I'm going to do is contact a shop or or maybe somebody that I know that does like exhaust work and everything, and just leave it like this. I did figure out unbolting the little like cross member thing that's right here and the one that's up here where the DPF filter is. I did figure out that made it really easy to get this pointed downward so I could get more access to that, because the issue I was having was this was too far in the way and I couldn't maneuver the pipe over this, but I finally got it there. But I mean, as you can see, I got like to about here, but there was still, I don't know, maybe half an inch I needed to go. And I was just like, there's no way. I literally cannot get it. So that is the end of this journey for now. I'm going to contact some people and see if I can get either them to do it, or I can just leave this off of the road, go ahead and get my deletes and everything, have somebody just do it all. I don't know. We'll see. Right now I'm just frustrated and just want to go to bed. It's like midnight. I've been at this since like 6:30 or so, and the whole time I was worried about getting that off because I was like, oh, the bolts are going to be rusted and they're going to be really on there. There's no way I can get it off. But the hardest part is getting this on, not getting that off. But oh well, I'm super frustrated. I'm just going to get these little cross member things back on, leave this off. I don't think I'm going to like drive it, and if I do, it's just going to be driven to that guy, not to that guy, but to a shop or to whoever I decide to get to do it. But yeah, so that's the end of this journey. All right, ladies and gents, so it's been a few days, maybe a week or so, since I've tried to put this exhaust on the Golf. So I've got an update. I know I got really frustrated. It was late at night and I was like, I'm over this. So just a couple updates. I did order the delete kit. Ordered Dark Side Developments delete kit for it. And I went with a 3-inch downpipe along with the secondary cat delete. So I wasn't going to do the cat delete because I wanted to keep the cat so it wouldn't be either one as loud and you wouldn't get like that nasty exhaust smell. But the way that probably would have worked was the exhaust would have went like 3-inch downpipe down to 2.5-inch where the cat is, and then back up to a 3-inch because I had this bank system. So I didn't want to do that and have it like bottleneck, if that's the right term. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just do the full 3-inch and it'll just be a full 3-inch just straight pipe pretty much. And then if it ends up being too much, I know Rawtech makes like a resonator or a muffler or something, and I could also just have somebody weld in a cat, for me or whatever. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I did order all the delete kits and stuff like that. So I ordered it from Dark Side Developments, which if you know anything about that company, they're based out of the UK, and Europe has a little more lenient laws as far as diesels go. So they are able to produce stuff like that because you can't find very many like emissions delete companies based out of the US, so you don't get fast shipping and blah 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 blah. So I know Rawtech is one of the companies that a lot of people use. I believe they're based out of Canada. And when I was looking at their systems and stuff, it's like if you order the delete kit, you pretty much have to order their exhaust too. And I was like, I already have an exhaust. I don't really need that. You can get like their eco kit, but like said something about it only will bolt up to Rawtech's catback exhaust or something. There was something weird about it, and plus it was like way more expensive. So I decided against Rawtech's and went with Dark Side Developments. Plus my brother-in-law or future brother-in-law recommended buying Dark Side, so I went with Dark Side. But like I was saying, they're based out of the UK, so it's going to be a while before it gets here. So I've been daily driving my 2014 SS. If you've seen videos of it previously, I've been daily driving it, and it's been freaking killing me on gas because my drive to work is like 35 to 45 minutes. It's like 30 some odd miles or so. So it's been just eating me alive in gas. So I really need to get this exhaust on there. So been doing some research. My dad recommended I didn't even know this was even a thing, a tool called a tailpipe expander. So what you do is like it's kind of like a cylinder thing. You stick it into the pipe, and then you take a ratchet and ratchet it, and it'll slowly expand. So you put it in the end of the pipe, and then start expanding it. I didn't know that was even a thing. So earlier today, I went to Advance. They didn't have one. I went to O'Reilly's. They didn't have one either. So I had to drive an extra like another 15 minutes. So I pretty much drove like 30 minutes just to get this tool, which it actually worked out because I went to AutoZone, and their tool rental program thing is you give them like a deposit or whatever. It was $40. So I gave them $40, and then I can return it in 90 days, and they give me the $40 back. So which ended up working out because O'Reilly's and Advance were like 48 hours. So it ended up working out. The extra 30 minutes, I can keep it for literally as long as I want. So like if the Dark Side kit gets here and I need to do it again, I can still have it, But anyway, I've got the kit right here behind me. So this was the pipe I was struggling with. You can see it's kind of bent up and stuff. Hopefully this kit will help me out. So let's open it up. As you can see, this part goes into the pipe. And you just take a socket and put it on the end of this, and just crank it up essentially, and it will just slowly start expanding. It worked out because a bunch of reviews that I read about this whole kit on O'Reilly's, Advance, AutoZone, everybody kept saying I rented the kit and it was broken when I got it, or it broke as soon as I got it. So this one was literally brand new. I watched him take it out of the plastic. So I'm literally the first user. But anyways, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to probably put the exhaust into that vise. That way it'll just hold it. If not, I could just do it right here. But yeah, we're going to like expand this section right here so that hopefully I can either get this straight, because that was kind of the part that was hurting me, this little bend. So we're going to get started. All right, so it's actually a few days later again because I had another issue. So I told you about this kit that I got. So I was like, all right, time to get this thing finally on. So here's the issue. Here's my exhaust pipe. This thing is all the way as small as it will go. It will not go all the way in. So tried to expand it like this, and all it's doing is just flaring these out even more, which is not what I need. So went back to AutoZone today and just got this full kit. I told the guy that I just needed the smaller one in a kit like this. And he was like, well, it looks like it comes as a whole kit. I was like, oh, whatever. They gave me my money back anyway after I returned this. So whatever. So this is really what I needed. I'm going to have to expand it a long ways to get it up to where I need it. So I'm going to start expanding this with this kit, and then later put on this one. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to heat this pipe pretty decently to get it hot and not crack it and all that good stuff. So I just needed to expand just a little. I mean, just a little. But I've got the golf back in here. I'm planning to get this on today. It is going to be done today. so I don't have to keep doing this. But let's start expanding this. Okay, so I've expanded it some, and pretty much I just needed to get the little creases out of where I've been out from this vise. When I was trying to put it on, I'm trying not to touch it. It may still be hot. But I pretty much just need to get the creases out. I've got the Golf up in the air now. I just got it under in the air because freaking 2-post lifts, like, don't get me wrong, having this lift is amazing. But having a 2-post, having to try to adjust that, I had to pull the Golf back out and back in like 2 or 3 times before I could get the arms lined up to where I need them. It's just a pain in the butt, but I'd rather just have 4 posts, just drive on it and you're good. But anyway, we're going to try to fit this on right now. All right, ladies and gents, I got it on. So the pop expander actually works fairly decent. This isn't clamped down all the way. It says just to kind of loosely put it on there. But some advice, there's a little, I don't know, like a support bracket that goes right here. Unbolt it so that the exhaust will hang down a little bit. Makes it much easier to get the angle that you need to put this on. Also, I loosened this one here, right here where the DPF filter is. It just made it a lot easier. I just kind of loosened it. I didn't want this hanging down like all the way, so I just left 2 nuts in it, one on that side and one on this side, just so it can drop a little bit. But I'm getting ready to put this this hanger up there and the rubber whatever. Then it'll be kind of like up in place. I'm still going to leave this bracket off until I'm completely done. It just seems like it'll make it a lot easier. But I believe I'm going to have to expand it. Let's expand that section right there. You can see it on the vise, this little loop-de-loop section. I think I'm going to have to expand that one a little bit because I tried to stick it on to this and it's kind of the same deal. It's kind of just the same size, so it's kind of hard to slip onto it. But yeah, once I get this up in there, it's kind of like I'm almost done, it seems like. But of course there'll be some final finishing touches and all that stuff. But yeah, it's on. It kind of has a slight lean to it like this. I'm hoping I can get it to fit a little better. I'm thinking I may need to get one of those kind of like what came on it originally, that little thing right there, like a slip-on. I don't know if they make like a sleeve that will cover that whole area. I don't know why, but this kind of makes me nervous that it'll leak, but we will see. But yeah, I'm gonna slip this on and then work on this back section, and hopefully this will go on fairly simple. I'm hoping the tip will just be kind of a slide on, tighten up type of deal, but we'll see. But yeah, we're getting there. So with the use of that pop expander, that worked flawlessly. So I kind of wish I didn't attempt to like bend that with some pliers and stuff when I first got this kit. I wish I just knew about that pop expander, because that probably would have slid on like flawlessly and not had any issues. But because this literally just slid right on, and that could be just because this is a brand new pop. But I got this rubber hanger is in, the rubber hanger up there is in. Right now it's just this back section. Pretty much got to put this hanger in, and then of course tighten this clamp. I haven't tightened that at all. I'm gonna get this hanger put in before I even attempt to tighten this, just so I can get the placement of the tip right in a good spot. So yeah, this is going a lot better than it did previously, as you could tell from my frustration in previous clips. But we're gonna get this all buttoned up and get our fitment right, and I'll show you from there. Oh yes, and by the way, for these rubber hangers and stuff, get you some PB Blaster or maybe WD-40, something to kind of lube it up. You know, spray it on the inside of the hole in the hanger, and then spray it on your little, I don't know what you call it, the little hanger coming off of the exhaust. I'm not the great with words, but makes it so much easier to slip in. This literally just pushed in so easy. But I'm looking at my fitment here. It's looking kind of spot on, and I haven't really adjusted anything. So I'm gonna put the tip on and just see what it looks like with that. I'm wondering if it might look better to like cut part of the tip off, or not part of the tip, but part of this pipe off, because I'm afraid it's going to be, you're going to see it in part of that tip. I don't know for sure, but we're going to stick that on there and see what it looks like. I mean, this probably wasn't the best decision I've had, but that took a lot of work. I probably just could have used a saw, but I cut this much off. You could just kind of see this like how it's angled. You could just kind of see that. So I just cut part of that off, actually using this thing that came in that exhaust kit. Didn't make the cleanest cut in the world, but I'm gonna kind of file it down and everything and just make it look presentable. But yeah, not too shabby. We're gonna throw that tip on and tighten everything up, and we should be good. Alrighty, ladies and gents, it is on, as you can see. The tip placement still didn't turn out the greatest. I couldn't get it, you know, to go more, you know, that way, you know, because it's not very centered with that. But oh well, it still looks pretty good. Got the Banks logo on the top of the tip. Doesn't look too bad. I tried to make it to where it wasn't sticking out too much, but it stuck out a little to where you could tell like it has a Banks exhaust on it. But the more you pushed it on, because the tip is so long, it would start to go around the bend of that pipe. So it would start to, you know, like go more this way. So I try not to do that. But hangers all are on and stable and everything. Shouldn't be any vibrations, it looks like, because it's not touching anything, not touching the tank, as you can see. So all that's left now, I've got everything torqued down and everything. I just need to bolt those braces back into place, and then we're good to go, and then we're gonna fire it up and see how it sounds. But like I said, I think I said it earlier in the video, I don't expect this to change much of the tone. It did delete the big huge muffler right there. Did delete that, but I don't think it's gonna sound that much different. But let me get it buttoned up and then we'll start her up. All right, everything is buttoned up, looking good. Still don't like the placement of the tip. I still think it needs to go a little that way and maybe in a little more, because when I'm looking at it like this, it still kind of looks like it sticks out a little farther. I don't know. I'll probably deal with it for now, because I have all the dark side deletes coming later, so I can, you know, adjust it and all that. And if I need to like take it to a muffler shop and have them adjust it, then they can do it, because I can't weld and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna go turn that fan off, and then I will let you have a first start up. Like I said, I don't think anything's gonna change, but we'll see. As you can see from the clip, it really didn't change much. I'm now driving it. It didn't change anything on the inside, and so it is what it is. I've got the delete kit on the way, so that's really going to change it. I guess with the cat and the DPF, that's really what drones out the exhaust. But if you want any other clips, just comment them down below, and I'll put out like individual clips as a YouTube short or whatever later on. So just drop a comment down below if you got any questions. If you want some different clips, like a flyby clip, or like put a GoPro next to the tip as I'm driving or something, just anything, just put them in the comments below. I'll try to get some other videos of it, you know, like warm idle, cold start, whatever. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Kind of a pain in the butt install. Part of that could have been my fault, who knows. But I appreciate you watching, and I will see y'all later.